How's it going, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? I am Average Joe, the Average Geek, and today I wanted to talk about The Orville with you. The Orville is a fantastic new series on Fox by creator Seth MacFarlane. It is crossing that line between science fiction and comedy, and it's really like a love letter to all old school kind of episodic sci-fi shows, specifically Star Trek. We've had 6 really good episodes so far this season, and we've reached that halfway point. This week is a rerun. They're going to they did rerun the pilot episode last night. So today, I figured we could go through kind of a semesterly report card. Halfway through the season, let's talk about where the Orville is now, where it could go in the future, what it's doing right, and what it's maybe not doing so right. And let's have a discussion. So today's report card is going to be broken up into 5 subjects. Design. How does the show look? Creature design, ship design, that whole thing. Performances. Cast and crew performances. After that, episodes. How do the individual episodes have ranked up in a grading scale? And you can see my reviews for those. There's, playlists and all that kind of stuff on this thing. Humor. How is the humor hitting in this series? And then after that, we're going to talk about the sci-fi-ness of the series. What it's doing right there, what it may be doing wrong there. And I'm going to attach a letter grade to those, and then we're going to get an overall score for the Orville this season so far. All right, so criteria number 1. Let's talk about design. One of the greatest things that this show does have going for it is that it is incredibly well designed. The ships look really, really cool. They're based on the Alcubierre drive, which is a real starship concept you can Google. The alien creatures and such in Orville are wonderful. They're wonderfully complex. They look really, really good. You can tell that it really is that kind of love affair with all things science fiction. The particular episode where they were in the human zoo, or the sentient alien zoo, with all the different alien species that were together. The designs there are great. They're all very varied. They're all very kind of realistic looking. And they're definitely alien. I can't think of any particular design that I'm just like, that's kind of lame. I mean, we could kind of talk about Alara. Alara is kind of the generic forehead appliance kind of alien, but I understand why they did that with her, because it's very important that her character can emote very, very heavily, because that's who Alara is. So, I'm okay there. The ship design's really great. We've seen the Orville, we've seen larger ship, we've seen the larger kind of colony bioship. We've seen krill ships and Mocklin ships, and they're all really cool. They're very, very well designed. They're all sufficiently, different from one another. They don't look like they're copying each other anyway. You can tell which vessels come from Earth immediately. The Union vessels all look like Union vessels, which is really cool. It's very kind of reminiscent to how Starfleet vessels in Star Trek all generally look the same. Vulcan vessels in Star Trek all generally look the same, or share those kind of design components. And it's very important that every individual species has its own visual style, so you never really confuse the two. That's something that New Orville is absolutely blowing out of the park, is a design. So I am going to give the design portion of the Orville an A. An A minus, actually. It's going to be like a straight kind of 93 on a 7-point grading scale. A minus on the design, which is a very, very solid score. Very, very solid score. Second criteria, we're going to talk about the cast performances. Cast performances, I have to go ahead and give another A minus to. Very, very, very solid. There's no one actor on the show that I'm just kind of like, I hate those scenes. They're horrible. Get them off the show. They can't act. The crew or the cast and all is giving wonderful performances for everything that they are given by the writers. And that's really all you can ask for. You know, they can only act what they're given, and they're given quality material, so their performances are really good. Trying to think of someone that I really just kind of don't enjoy on the show, and I can't think of anybody. Even Yaphet, you know, when Norm Macdonald's performance as Yaphet, the little sentient ball of goo with the doctor fetish, his performance is great. So from across the board, you know, everybody that's on the show is performing very, 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 very well. So I have to give the performances an A minus. You know, another solid kind of 93. All right, so now we're going to talk about the individual episodes. You can see all my reviews on my channel. Yeah, there's a playlist. You can go through and check those. So I'm not going to go through and review every single individual episode again. But I am going to kind of run down real quick, see what goes down. For the pilot episode, I gave a C+. You can view my review. This pilot episode was good. It had a lot of potential, but it was really rough. It had more potential than it actually, you know, performed. But that quickly changed, and the episodes quickly got better than that. The second episode, Command Performances, I gave a B. The third episode, About a Girl, was a solid B+. Wonderful episode about Mockley culture and, you know, misogyny and transgenderism and a lot of other issues that were very present in today's society. Episode 4. With the bioship, that was a solid A. That was a fantastic, great, solid episode. Wonderful science fiction stuff in that episode. Very, very strong. Definitely give that an A. Episode 5, Priya with Charlize Theron. I gave that a B. That felt kind of flat to me, but it wasn't bad. It was better than the pilot episode. But it was a B. Episode 6, Krill, when Malloy and Mercer infiltrated the Krill ship. I gave that episode a B+. Now this gives an overall score for the episodes of a flat B, about a 90, which again is above average. That's all you can really ask for. And for these episodes to consistently be hitting above average is great for the first season of a sci-fi show. So don't think I'm knocking it in any way, shape, or form. A B is a really good, solid score. Let's see. Next, we're going to talk about the humor. Now here is where it kind of goes off the rails a little bit for me. For me personally, they're trying too hard to make it funny. The humor at times doesn't feel as natural as it should. The episodes are getting better with the humor aspect. The bit with Malloy's leg, that was funny. The interactions with Isaac are really funny, and his kind of naivete and how you can write humor around that. The sequences with Bortus and his ability to eat anything, that gag was really good. But for me, the humor is the weakest part of the show. Now, I'm sure that will improve in the future. I'm not panning the episodes at all, but for me, the humor is getting a C+. A lot of room for improvement there. And sci-fi and humor can go hand in hand very, very, very well. We've seen it in like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. We see it in shows like Firefly, Futurama. Humor and sci-fi can blend very, very easily. But for me, the humor in the Orville is the weakest part of the show. But I'm hopeful for the future that it will continually improve. So I gave that a C+. Next, the sci-fi-ness of the show. Now, this is a kind of a more amorphous kind of thing. How daring and challenging are these sci-fi stories? I've said it before in all of my reviews, science fiction allows us to take our world and view it from a different lens, to flip it on its end and look at it from a perspective of the future. And the Orville is strong in this. It really is strong in this, but I feel like it's still playing it safe. And I hope we get a second season. If we do get that second season, I hope it blows it out of the park and it really tells some deep, thought-provoking, challenging episodes. Some very challenging themes and stories. And that it doesn't... It feels to me that it's kind of reining itself in, that it's being a little cagey, that it doesn't want to reach out too far into the science fiction realm for fear of losing viewers. And I can understand that in the first season. But going into the second season and beyond, that I hopefully will get. We haven't got any confirmation of that yet. I'm hoping that it really goes out of the box and really tells some really deep, challenging stuff in the future. So in terms of sci-fi-ness, I'm giving it a B-, which is, again, a very good score. Very good score. But I'm sure somebody's going to be like, pitchforks and torches and all that. But that's okay. So we go through, we start aggregating all these scores. Design, A-. Performances, A-. Episodes, B. Humor, C+. Sci-fi-ness, B-. This gives an overall aggregate score of a B, which is really, really, really good. A B is above average, which is great, which is what the show doesn't suck, which is a lot of things people feared very early on into the production of the Orville. It's like, oh, how is the show ever going to match, the sci-fi of the past? And it does. A B is a great way to start the series. So that's my, Orville mid-season progress report card. If you agree with my score, please let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the show? What score would you give the Orville season 1? Do you think I'm just completely off my rocker in some cases? Please let me know. I want to talk about it. Let's get this community going. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've got weekly reviews of the Orville or videos like this. I do trailer reactions. I do unboxings. I do nerdy things. I have a weekly Star Trek Discovery show called Exploring Star Trek Discovery that I do with my friends. Definitely check it out. Hit that subscribe button, and we will talk again very, very soon. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I am Average Joe, the Average Geek, and y'all take it easy.